So in the previous video, when we used data in one of our cells for date, the date cell automatically, the width of the cell got increased, okay, when we used a longer format of date in that cell. But when we changed that format to a shorter format, let's see if it changes or if it decreases the width of the cell automatically or not. Okay, so let's go to my sheet here. Let me select this format, and again I come here and say if I select short date, so see the date is shortened, but the column or the width of the column is not adjusted automatically to shorten. Okay, so Excel automatically extends or expands the width of the column to accommodate the structure or the content of the cell, but it doesn't shrink it. Okay, so here is when we need to take control of adjusting the widths of the column. Okay, and that's what we are about to learn in this video. So here we can see that we have extra column here, okay, which is completely blank and it is not necessary, and if it will be okay if we get rid of that column, so we can delete it. So to delete a column, there are multiple ways. One of the ways is to click anywhere in the column. Okay, any empty cell, doesn't matter, anywhere in the column, just click here and come to this cells group. In the cells group we have delete option. Don't directly click on this delete button. What directly clicking this delete button will do is it will delete whatever was done last time. Okay, so instead of clicking on the delete button directly, click on this drop down arrow. Here we get multiple options, and one of the options is to delete cells. We can also delete rows, we can delete columns or entire sheet if we want. Okay, remember, if we click on this delete entire sheet, we will I think lose all this data which we don't want. Okay, so let's focus on deleting the column. So I click here delete sheet columns. Automatically the column is deleted there and our data looks a bit good now. Okay, another way to delete column is to select the column, right click and delete. So before that, let me add a column here. To add a column, we can click anywhere. Say suppose I want a column in between this, so I come here, click on this cell, and instead of delete we click on this insert down arrow, and we get an option to insert sheet column. I click on it and I get an empty column here. Okay, obviously we don't want it, and so we will go ahead and delete it. To delete that, now what I'll do is I come here on the M column name and give a right click. When I give a right click, I get an option to delete. Obviously the entire column is selected, so when I click on this delete button, the entire column will get deleted. Okay, so this is inserting a column and deleting a column. Now we come here to adjust the width of the column. So we saw that the width of the column is not getting automatically adjusted. So what we can do is we can take our mouse here in between the column A and column B. Our pointer will automatically get changed to a double-sided arrow symbol. Okay, and then we can click our mouse. Don't leave your mouse button. Okay, and move the mouse like this. Okay, till what column width you want, and then leave the mouse. Okay, so here we can see that the width of the column is short, but our date is not visible here now. Now why this happens is because it says that the content, whatever content is available here, is too big to fit in the width of this cell. So what we will need to do is we will need to expand the width of the cell again. So to do that, we can again click and drag, or else what we can do is we can come here, and when our arrow shows double-sided pointer, we can just double click here. What double click does is it will find the cell with maximum data in the column and will adjust the width of the column according to that data. So in this column, obviously this is the cell with maximum data, so this has, the double click has adjusted the width of the column to adjust this content. Okay, but this obviously doesn't look good, a lot of empty spaces there. So I'll again come here, click and drag, and I think I'll keep it till here so that we can see the Visakhapatnam data clearly, and this also shows my date clearly. Okay, so this is how you can adjust the width of the column and insert a column and delete a column. To adjust the column width, we also have specification option. So let's say if I right click on this A column, come here, right click, we can see there is an option of column width. You can click here and you can specify a number. As of now it is 17.14, the width of the column it is. So if I give it as 100 and click OK, now the width of the column is 100 points wide. Okay, obviously it's too big. I'll again go to column width. It was 18 something, 17 something. I'll keep as 18, and this is looking good. Okay, so this is how you can adjust the columns. In our next video, we will see how to work with rules.